Nimetuliana nani hapa leo? Leo nimetuliana nani? One on one hapa on One FM debut.
Ananita Nonini.
Nonini kwenye Nazizi.
Yeah, Nazizi ndani ya nyumba.
Kali sana.
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Umepotea mtu wangu.
Nilingia under the ground kidogo.
Yes. Man, nimesikia raha sana kuona yani.
Me too.
Radio
Thanks for having me.
You're coming to Nairobi nikasikia aje yani.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, since I've been living in Lamu. So I think in the last 2 years this was going to be my first radio interview actually.
Wow.
Yeah,
alafu umekuja ukapata Nazizi uko kwa radio.
Nikakuta Nazizi,
sasa ni presenter. Wewe nieleze.
Wewe mazee, time tumetoka mbali. I'm so proud of what you're doing though. It's really nice, yeah.
I'm proud of you as well.
Yeah.
Tutaongea hizo vitu zote yani na achievements zako kibao. Umekuwa wapi? Where have you been as in the 2 years?
I've been living in the island Lamu.
Yeah.
I went there 8 years ago for the first time and I fell in love with the place and the people. I'm like, ini Kenya kweli.
Okay.
So when I had the baby, I just felt like I need to move. I needed some time for just my family. I had some projects I was doing there. So it was kind of the right time. So nikaenda Lamu kiasi. Yeah, it's an amazing place with beautiful people and I'm already missing it, lakini tunajua naini home. So Lamu. Kuna vile paka nimerudi.
Muona Lamu kwa hizi tourist programs. It's like a whole city by itself.
Yeah.
Iko na culture yake, iko na watu wake. As in au sikiza mamziki kama hizi, do they get radio stations like this there, ama they have their own way of lifestyle? I don't know.
Actually the youth, they're very in it, ma TV shows inaonesha, ma radio pia zinaonesha, so it's really cool because they're in the music. Wanajua kai song ya Necessary Noise imetoka, wase walikuwa
they
come
already know about it.
Maze tumecheki video yako. So actually the youth in Lamu wako mbele sana. They're just like any youth everywhere. It's just that they don't have that much access. Utakuta maybe stations zingine hazifiki huko.
Okay.
So but then there's a few stations at least in Africa, so they're in it, yeah.
You're married? Are you married, Nazizi?
Yes, I am.
When did you get married?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. How is marriage life and being a wife and being a mother?
Actually, it's really, it comes so naturally for me. I thought it would never be. In fact, my friends wanacheka sana, Naz kumbe unaweza kuwa mama mzuri hivyo na nini. So I think it's something that in age and in time, it comes like,
ndio tunamsikia hapo kwa background.
Being a mom ni norma.
It's okay.
So it's really cool because for me, I've enjoyed being a mother. Since Tafari was born, I take him everywhere. Hata nimekam naye hapa. So he's having the real experience, what his mom does. So tunaendaga matua pamoja. So that kind of made it easy for me to be able to do my music and to raise him at the same time.
Okay.
So I don't have to sacrifice time and leave him at home. Ndio niende muziki, unaona. So it's been really cool. And then of course being a wife has been, it has its challenges, of course, because I'm a musician. So there's some of my responsibilities that I'm supposed to do. Niko kwa show. Some mtu anaweza fikiri, Una's mother, other time, home. But I'm give thanks that I have someone really understanding, who knows what my job is about, and really appreciates
That's what's up, manze. Noma. Yani unajagulizo zote at the same time.
Yeah, najagulizo. Lakini the main job ni umse, ni utafari.
Ukijarapa. Najua, trust me.
Uyo ndio job full time, nakwambia, full time job.
But the interview, what I like is, I can totally relate to what you're saying because I mean kosaini kona kawani ya
congratulations.
Hebu niambie 2 years kunaendeleaje? What will come, man? Saini jisaik niko wania kana crawl kanataka kuamka sumbua tu hataki kulala. What's coming?
Sasa a lot is coming, but I can tell you, once they reach 1, it's like such a milestone you've reached because it's like the basics are done. The first year is really difficult. That's why for me in the first year I had to just go away because hapa Nairobi wasel kwa nipati time. Nikiambia mtoi nini hawataki kusikia. From 2 years it's a real exciting and challenging. The baby's talking, the baby's expressing themselves. You can now, you go out, you see people taking their kids to the playground. Unangoja hiyo age utaweza kwenda playground wache mtoya cheza nayo relax. So it's gonna get easier, but actually it's also gonna get harder in the sense that they have questions.
You could have just talked about easier.
Some
questions.
Kuna maswali. Kama ulizwa unaenda wapi? Kufanya nini? Kwa nini? Amesema ni questions kutoka morning mpaka evening. Hata nikifunga macho nasikia tu anaenda wapi? Anafanya nini? Hizo questions ina play kwa kichwa.
Kali.
But it's a great thing to be a parent, especially if you see for us in our generation, they took a long time to know what we like and what we want and support it. So for me, and I think even for you, you like to see the talent of your child,
of
and
course.
I've realized with him is that he loves music. So I try as much as possible to, to involve him in what I'm doing. I'm taking him to a new school that has drums and guitar and everything.
So una spot your talent mapema
na unaanza kuikuza.
You have to.
And then you find the child really relaxing and really happy with, because watoto get bored. So ukimfungia kwa nyumba kila saa kuna vile itakuwa hell because it's just going to be fussy, crying, nini. So it's to burn the energy, that they have, so inafika time wame relax. Yeah, so I mean it's challenging, bro, but you're going to get there.
Yeah, you inspire me. Noma. Safi. Since you're one of the pioneers of the Kenyan music industry, ilikuwaje tena zile times nataka kuwa famous? How was the industry? Describe it back then. Airplay, promoters. How was the industry? Because we have young cast, they need to know. Industry ilikuwaje?
Industry ilikuwa first of all non-existent.
There was nothing. The
vile tulisikia that they said let there be light.
Yes.
It was something like that.
Let there be
light. There was nothing and then there was music. Your time radio ilikuwa inacheza sana Lingala, a lot of Lingala and a lot of international music. It was unheard of to hear a Kenyan song on radio till Kalamashaka and Hardstone.
In Swahili especially.
In Swahili, you know. So when Hardstone and Kalamashaka came out, for me, I was inspired by the fact that they can actually play our music on the radio. And I said, I also want to be heard on the radio.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was very hard to get. First of all, Metro ndio was the only FM.
Metro?
Yeah.
What?
After Metro FM, it came Capital.
Yeah.
Capital FM.
Yeah.
So first was to get Metro FM to play your song.
Because ilikuwa Lingala strictly.
Ni Lingala na malingala tu. Yani you can't hear anything else. Ni kina Kofi, ni kina nani. Paka nasema, what is this? And then when you go on the streets and when you go on the clubs, there's hip-hop, there's R&B, there's dancehall. So you're wondering, how come the radio is not playing what the streets is playing?
Yeah.
So the first challenge ya industry siku zile ni kuconvince media
accept.
Kwa song ya Kenya inaweza pia ikachezwa kwa radio. So that for us guys, you can imagine about 6-7 artists, upcoming artists at that time, it was our job to convince the media.
Yeah.
And how was the job to convince the media? Is by doing music that can be played. Relevant to the Kenyan youth. And when they listen to it, they're like, hey, this is from Kenya. Yeah, this we have to play. So the first challenge was just getting your song played. Yani, uko na song moja, lakini kugetio song moja ichezwe kwa radio. Wow, ilikuwa ni hard sana. So first, after they started playing the songs on radio, then of course we didn't have any TV promotion because siku zile 98 99
TV ilikuwa jamo.
Alafu sasa video nani atakushutia video nani
cameras toke wapi. So it was, the industry hadn't grown that much because even our media was growing at that time. It's like we were growing together. Media Kenya na music ya Kenya ilikuwa ikigrow pamoja. Because I remember when I saw the first video on TV, I remember so clearly. And those days KTN used to play sijui Jamadelic, Jimmy Gathos, sijui Rapem, sijui Didi. So we were also now asking, Lingala. By the time they came, will there any Kenyan video ever be played in these shows? Kutakuwa na station itachezaga tu muziki za Kenya.
Ilikuwa ni kitu na ukifikiria unaona ni what a big dream.
That particular time, uliwai visualize, kachini ukavisualize ukasema yani najua mali industry itaenda, najua mali ndakuwa in 10 years time. That moja vile mtu sema, where do you want to see yourself at that particular time? Ulikuwa na visualize industry itakuwa as big as it is. Ama ilikuwa ni wewe tuende venye kunaenda.
Yeah, ilikuwa step at a time. Kwanza si acheze ngoma yetu.
So your problem tumesolve.
Yeah. Alafu hizi videos zitafanywa aje na zitachezwa vipi kwa TV? Alafu sasa concert.
Problem solved.
Concert.
Sasa
mashow na hiyo show uta-advertise aje? Sasa like Necessary Noise tulikuwa to make my flyers, tunatembea nazo kila club.
Okay.
We're having a show. Tumeorganize wenyewe, sound wenyewe, venue wenyewe. So you get that crowd to come and appreciate your music. Let me tell you, those days were beautiful days because we were building something. A lot of upcoming artists, they don't know half. See hating,
Ata muambiaga watu hivyo. It's not hating though.
The reality of the whole thing is that they say the pioneers pay the price. We paid the price. now you find, like now, look at you guys, 1FM, you're playing local music.
Yeah.
And for
something that was unheard of.
A station
Never.
playing local music.
Never.
That was never in my wildest dreams. If you told me this 15 years ago, ningecheka tu sana. Oh, said nacheza Lingala, tacheza, you know. And then even when it reached to a point where the media grew so fast that they wanted to have like a Kenyan hour, just playing Kenyan music for an hour, but there was not enough music to play Kenyan music for an hour.
Showbiz magazines started coming up.
Yeah, so there was a time where it was so promising because we had so many things happening and you could really see the industry in a move.
Okay.
And then it was like almost like, okay, guys, you've worked hard. The media is now playing the songs. You're going to do a video. The TV is going to play it. Now it's to wait for promoters. Yeah, you don't have to organize your shows anymore because that day, those days it was reverse. Unaorganize show yako because hakuna namna. So because you can. So now unangoja ma promoters wakukall.
Things have changed.
So things have changed, you know.
Well, how long have you been in the industry, right? As Nazizi?
I've been in the industry for 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, half my life.
Uko mbele yangu. Mimi nilikuwa 12 years ka Godfather. Uko mbele yangu na 3 years.
Yeah.
So hiyo ukiwa nilikuwa nakucheck nasema huyu siku moja.
Huyu utakamcommit there.
15 years.
Yeah,
Kenyan music, icon identity. Would you listen to Kenyan music out there? Uko South Africa, uko Malaysia, no useme that's Kenyan music. Do you have an identity?
I have to be too real with this. I don't think we have an identity.
Mbona? Why is that? Mbona does it mean we're everywhere?
Yeah, we're too diverse. And I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
But, okay, as a selling point, we need an identity. But at the same time, we don't want to just be a one-track kind of Kwaito or house or Lingala people. So for me, I like the fact that, you see, Kenya is a very diverse place. When you go to other African countries, you'll realize Kenya is very different. We've grown in a country that's very diverse.
And we've been exposed
to so much. Yeah. So I don't think it's a problem if Nazizi sings reggae and Nonini does genge. And I think the name is what carries the identity. Okay?
Yeah.
I think the name is what carries the identity. Yeah. And I know people would like that, okay, we have a one sound. Yeah. But we're too different in culture, in backgrounds.
And is that working against us though?
Yeah, of course.
Because you look at Nigerian music industry.
Of course. And it's sad because, we can't sell Kenyan music as one package.
Yeah.
But if you recognize that Kenyan music is different, so different and diverse, you're still able to pick one genre and be able to sell. Like, for example, Genge is doing very well in TZ. You know? People wanna feel Genge sana TZ. Like in Sasa, if you go to Uganda, it's a bit different. So it's okay because that doesn't mean you've written off Kenya. There's still other musicians and other, you know.
Ni kwa tu bado kwa swali identity, yeah? You see, like Nigerian music, yeah? They are versatile. We have hip-hoppers, kina MI, kina Ice Prince. Yeah. You have kina Flavor, you're doing this Ashao music. Yeah. You have kina Burna Boy. They do most like R&B and house, all that. Right? Yeah. So they're versatile in their own ways. But one thing that keeps them united is the patois, the English.
The English.
You know that's a Nigerian. Aimbe reggae, aimbe lingala, ukisikia tutajua that's a Nigeria. Do you think Swahili is that one factor that could have been that one uniting that unajoin Kenyan music?
Yeah, I think Swahili, the language, of course, definitely. But then again, artists wetu wanatumia sheng. You see now,
iyo sheng.
Yes. Ndio ingekuwa sasa selling factor yetu.
So lakini kuna kizungu imetokea and the artists who are making it big. Usijali wacha apige big hapa salimiwa true. Usimind.
Yeah.
Kuna sani right now they're saying they're taking the industry to another level because wamekuwa able to fuse English na wanasikizwa out there. To them, going international is being understood.
Yes. Okay. Going international doesn't have to be in English or be understood. We have a lot of songs. For example, I'll use South Africa because South Africa is like Brenda Fassie and them and Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Yeah. They were using English sometimes, but they were also using their own mother tongue. And they were big and famous all over. So I think English is just to be identified in more than your country, but it should be like something that doesn't, it's not the main factor in our songs. Okay. For example, Necessary Noise. I think it's a very good example because we use English and we use Swahili. But ukikam mtaani watu wana feel NN. Na ukienda maju watu wana feel NN. So it's the balance of your Sheng na your English. You get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still the first lady? What about the first lady?
Because
do you call yourself the first lady?
Yeah, I do, because I am the first. And if you have to be the first lady, you had to come before me. So you're a bit late.
Sikupenda kwako.
And I never gave myself that name either.
First lady.
Yeah, first lady is because really, truly, the first female artist out of East Africa. It's not even Kenya.
No one can ever take away that from you.
No one can take it because they have to rewind, go back
be
into time, be born again, and write a song before me.
Wakiokokas, they're born again.
But I've seen a lot of people use first lady.
Yeah.
I mean, first lady of different stables.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. No problem. But I still remain the first, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swala Kizushi, we have female MCs. Ecstatic.
Yeah.
STL.
Yeah.
Mudhoni DQ.
Yeah.
What's your opinion? Do you think they're doing better than Nazizi?
Well,
they're doing it, not doing better. They're doing it better than Nazizi.
Well, if they do it better, it's reflecting on me because I'm the first. So the bigger they grow, the bigger I grow because this is what I was building. You get it? Let me tell you something. It's more than 10 years in the industry. There was no Ecstatic, there was no STL.
Yeah.
And I was getting depressed. I was saying, what is this nafanya? Kama kuna mtu hata moja anatokezea Kenya from female. Yeah. So how come there's a lot of male artists coming up and a lot of MCs coming up? So is it that I'm not convincing enough to the girls that they can do it? Or, it was bothering me at some time. And then, of course, you want competition, man. There's no... Competition is healthy for every industry. I don't want to be the only female MC for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Why? What does that say about the females in my hood or in my... Yeah, so Ecstatic, by the way, I love her. We've been... hooking up, we hang out, and she's really cool, and I'm so happy to see that.
Okay.
I went to school with Mudhoni, DQ, USIU.
That's what's up.
I've met STL. We did a song a couple of years ago. I don't know if it ever came out, and they're all good people. Okay. They're good people. I have no beef. I don't care if they do better or not because it reflects on me. That what I've been building.
Kali. Your genre of music. By the way, ebu ambia ngorogote watu kidogo. Say hi, salimia watu.
Chuja.
Mambo.
Aweri man say chuja. Say chuja. Say mambo.
Mambo.
Safi sana. Nani wa mwagote?
Oh, ni Tafari.
Yes, I.
Yeah, aka Taffy, aka Tough Gong. Also.
Kakijana.
Yeah, that's my son right there.
Kakijana Kanaz, manze, big up.
Yeah.
Usimjaribu kumnyamazisha, acha aendelee. Sawa, hii ni genge.
What song you wanna sing for us? Sing for Mama song. Jump and shout, sing. Sing basi. Anapenda song ya Red Sun, better than Moms. Hey, akisikia anaanza kudance maze.
I know. What's your genre of music? What do you classify Nazizi as? Sababu ufanya reggae, you do hip hop. What does Nazizi classify herself as?
Nazizi ni the first lady. So the first lady is the first lady anafanya kila kitu.
Everything.
I started as a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
And I loved hip hop. When Ted and them used to tell me niimbe chorus, nilikuwa nikijam na naambia cause mimi ni dem na niambia niimbe mbia Wairea imbe chorus. So I used to get so pissed off,
Utaki mambo ya chorus sababu ni dem.
Mambo chorus ati nini? No, mimi ni hood man, me I'm gangster, me I do hip hop, I don't do this, I don't do that.
Yeah.
But then Ted taught me a lot. That being an artist is also being versatile. Yeah? And me, I used to be a great reggae fan, but kunikuta naimba reggae ilikuwa ni almost unheard of. And then headphones. Hiyo ni nini? Headphone. Taka headphones. Unaona sasa?
Hiyo naisunda ndani. Hiyo lazima ikuwe alafu.
Sasa
Mbalishe.
I grew up listening to reggae, but as a hip hop artist. But in Necessary Noise, there was a lot of experimenting where we did reggae beats and did hip-hop on it, where we did dancehall, So eventually, I find myself really comfortable in all genres now.
Okay.
I've kind of...
Do you have allegiance to any? Are you like hip-hop is your love?
Hip-hop is
reggae.
my love.
Which one is your love? Reggae or hip-hop?
Hip-hop is my love.
Hip-hop. Okay.
And I have to prove it soon. Watu wamenambia Naz, umetudesert sana na hip-hop.
Unajua mafanzo wanangojea.
But I'm telling them, man, even Wairi amefungua Love Child Records. and I'm gonna be recording my singles there.
Okay.
I talked to him the other day. He's like, nimekutengezea hip hop beat, nataka yule Naz wa tension sasa yule Naz. So I'm like, no worry, I'll come in the studio. That's why I'm back in Nairobi anyway.
Okay.
Recording my singles, doing the NN comeback. East African Bashment crew is doing a comeback as well.
Safi. Necessary Noise.
Yeah.
Mulimitiki wapi?
Okay.
Briefly.
We met in Ted Josiah's studio.
Yeah. Mukomenda independently. Viral komenda kivyake we kivyake. Looking for a deal, Bamzigi kivyake.
Yeah. Actually, I was in the streets doing a lot of freestyle those days. I was in a lot of battles because I realized trying to get into a studio was like almost impossible. And so I was trying to do battles and be recognized from the battle. So eventually Ted saw me in one of the battles and asked Mudhoni Bwika to find me and bring me to the studio. Mudhoni is a big inspiration to us because she played on Capital our songs like No's Business and on Nation. We can never forget her. And she came and said, Ted is calling you. He wants you in the studio. I said, okay. And when I went there, Waire was there actually as an R&B artist. He was trying to record his music. And I think actually Necessary Noise was kind of like a default because Ted had Gidi Gidi Maji Maji, he had Kalamashaka, he had Hardstone, he had Into, he had Nikki. So these were the big names in the industry. He had Darling P. So now there's these two kids who keep coming to the studio nataka kurikodiwa. He's like, these two people wananisumbua akili. So and they said, me, I'll record you guys, but you'll have to be on one song.
Hakuna separate.
So that's how it started. So when we did the first song, he said, you know what? I think if you guys formed a group, it would sound really good because you guys are unique and your sound is working together. And if you form a group, it could be, and I will record you guys as a group.
So hold up. Ted alikuwa anajaribu shortcut. Alikuwa hataki kurekodi ngoma mbili. Akaona
underground
watu wawili. Lakini ajui ni nini aliform. He formed something massive.
He formed something so huge that even when we sat down after the first album, he said, never did I ever think that I thought putting you two in the studio. Kwanza nilijua mta give up because moja ni hip hop, moja ni R&B. Nilijua hamuta make it. On top of that, tukamwambia, we think we need one more person in the group. Someone who raps in English because I was more Swahili. And we auditioned a few people. The late K-Rapt came. K-Rapt was actually a part of Necessary Noise for a few months.
For a few months. No ma.
True, but then Ted didn't like it so much with K-Rapt, so we found somebody else, which was Bamzi. And when Bamzi reached the group and we did the first song, Clang Clang, everybody said, no, this is it. Kali. This is the group from Kenya that, know what's up. So default, lakini ikakuwa ni future.
Okay, tuingie future, comeback and Necessary Noise. You're coming back this year. Kuna single ya kwanza mmetoa.
Yes.
What's up? Is there an album?
Actually, we're working on a couple of singles first before we work on an album. Only, first of all, because it's like a machine you're trying to get to work again. You have to test it before you actually take it on the road. So what we found out, it's 8 years since we did the last song as Necessary Noise.
And which was the last song?
The last song was on Necessary Noise 2, Kenyan Girl, Bless My Room. That album was the last album. So, of course, we worked together after that in East African Bashment. With Bebe, but that was different. So, as Necessary Noise, the last studio session was 8 years ago.
What?
So
any new members? No. Still Waire and Nazizi.
Yeah, because, in NN2, it was me and Waire, and it was significant. NN2, like it's the two of us now, and me and him, we have such an amazing connection. Like people are like they broke up.
Like
no,
mending the fences. Original Necessary Noise is there where you can come back.
Okay, I always tell people about Bamzi. Bamzi left the group on his own will. He came to us and said he doesn't want to be part of the group anymore. We begged him to stay. We said, why you want to leave the group? You're our brother and you're part of the group. And there was a lot of tears even and pain in the studio during that time because we'd finished the whole album already. And now we had to take his parts out and his ideas out and start afresh and lose a member who'd been with us since 2001. And we never wanted to lose him. He stood up and said he wants out. And there was a phase where he was talking about why he doesn't want to be in the group. We're not hip hop enough or we're not this enough. And we respected respected his decision, you know. But believe me, it comes to a point where, you know, once bitten, twice shy. Right now, we've grown, me and Waire have grown as a group, and we'll be very afraid to bring anybody in that will jeopardize, because we don't know if he will want to be again dedicated to the group like we have been for the last 13 years.
I get you.
So it's a business that we have to also protect. We love him. He's our boy. He was in the beginning of us. We hear this question all the time, but he left. And we have to have our back.
Sawa. Nakupata, totally understood. CMOs, corporate societies, Music Corporate Society of Kenya, PRISC, Performance Rights Society of Kenya. I'm a director in that organization. And CAMP, are you a member of any of these bodies?
MCSK.
Kwenye PRISC?
No.
You need to be in PRISC, as a performer, lazima. And then also CAMP. Because of course I know you're a producer. MCSK, how is MCSK? Have you been paid by MCSK? Nata kwanza tuacha tuonge mambo ya kuwa paid na MCSK, What's your opinion of MCSK? Let me just put it that way.
Well, let me tell you, when MCSK started again and they called the artists and they said they're legit now and they're this and that, they're back, I had faith. Let me tell you, before that, I'd never signed. And when they started again back is when I went in and signed. In the last maybe 3 years, I haven't received any payment from them. And I don't know if the system means I have to go following it or they have to go following me to pay me.
I think they should be calling you.
So me, my beef with them is I've never even had a phone call kuuliza Naz, niaje in the last 3 years you've never shown up. And this is the thing about MCSK that I'm expecting from them is they're working for the artists. So call the artist, tell them your royalties are here. What's up? Don't wait for the artist to be calling you and follow up, because that is the reason why MCSK is there, is to do that for us. I left my details, my everything. I've never gotten anything. And I know Necessary Noise gets played. And I know my songs get played. And I know there's royalties. So I feel like, okay, even though they're paying, they have the gala nights, they do this, they do that. It's a step forward, but still they're not as perfect as they should be. Because we're used to, in Kenya, having system corrupt. So we're already starting to think, okay, say ni VP, they were being nice so that we all join, so they all collect the money, or what is it? So for me, my problem with them is that they need to be more professional when it comes to contacting artists and telling them what. Other than that, I think they're trying. I don't know if they're trying their best, but it's a different step from where we've come from.
Something people don't know about you. Back then, when you were Nazizi, kitambo, that was the one thing mtu ajiji.
One thing. Oh my God.
Back
one thing they didn't know about me.
Kabla upande stage, kuna kitu nafanya. What's that one? What's that one thing?
Oh my. The one thing people don't know is I was always in trouble.
Always in trouble? With who? With cops? With parents?
Cops.
Makarao?
Msewa mangumi mazeki. Mtu akiongelesha tu vibaya ni mangumi. Lakini now, when I started growing up, a lot of people who grew up with me, they know that side.
So are you saying zamani ulikuwa na anger management problems?
Totally, yani. Nilikuwa na shida big, yani. Ifa watu walikuwa nisimamishwa na nambia Naz maze. Hizi maanga zako jo ni aje. Sasa kitu ili niweka line ni music. Because kina Ted na David na Waire walikuwa kini lecture.
David Mureithi.
They're like my parents, those people, because they taught me a lot, you know. Like now Naz when role model. So most of the time kabla spande stage, in fact a day before show mi nilikuwa nikilecture hii watu maze. Make sure usihate show, make sure usifungwe, make sure usifanywe hivi, make sure. So nikipanda stage nilikuwa na stress na unasewa na ni pressure maze. So I used to always go on stage with a lot of anger, even more anger, because naona mbona ananijudge sana. But in time I became one of those happiest artists. Mi naongea na kila mtu, niko relaxed, niko sawa. Vitu zika change, you know. And one thing, Wairi has been such a great partner. He's so understanding, he's never judging, and he's never, you know. So for me, backstage, it used to be, we always said a prayer. This is Wairi's thing. We have to pray. So we always pray when we're backstage. We bow, we pray just before we go on stage. We still do it till now. We still do it every place, every country we've gone.
Watu lazima apige sala.
Watu wanashangaa, wanasema, hey, you guys, you pray before the show. Say,
it's weird to them.
It's
How
weird.
is it weird? How is it weird?
I don't know. They just don't expect it. But I think it's something that, you know, it's an NN thing. And
something somebody doesn't know about you now as Nazizi. Right now.
Right now...
na majina zako kamili. Tunapatia kwanza majina zako kamili. Nazizi, I know is your business name.
No, No, Nazizi is my real name.
Ndio jina yako kabisa?
Yeah.
Nazizi nani?
Nazizi Firoz Nurali Hirji.
Okay.
So Nazizi actually is a very funny name because people think it's a Muslim name. It's not a Muslim name. It comes from Tanzania, where my dad is born, and it's his grandmother's name. So Na is the title of the firstborn daughter, and then the second name that follows is their mother's name. So my great-grandmother was Nazizi. She was the firstborn daughter of Zizi.
Okay.
So she was called Nazizi, firstborn daughter. So they gave me the name. So when I used to ask my dad the meaning, he used to tell me there's no meaning. But it's actually firstborn of Zizi, Ruth's daughter. That's me.
Nazizi.
Yeah, I was given the name and I lived the name, you know.
Okay.
And my name, I thought when I was becoming an artist, because it's a unique name, I don't have to change.
Okay.
And I don't have to think of an alias.
That's
so,
unique.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of that because everyone, they try to make up a name and try to give the name a meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, but
so natural.
Now one thing people don't know about me is I'm into nails.
What do you mean you're into nails?
I like
the nail art.
The
nail art, chora.
Yeah, I have my own nail art kit. Siku hizi miuka natengeza nails zangu.
Machali ufanya hizo vitu?
No, but we can do
as
clear.
Can we come and Machali ufanya hizo vitu?
I can do your toes where no one can see.
Kali, that's what's up.
So people are like, Ala, Naz, umechange. Siku hizi una do nails. I'm like, yeah, man, it's my new thing. Just let me be a girl for a minute.
Kali.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Kumalizia, what's the one advice you can tell an upcoming artist? I'm quite inspired. And I get a lot of guys coming through. You have to have a passion or hard work. No, kuna ile uishi nayo, kuna principle uishi ufuata kama Nazizi.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share that.
Discipline, first of all, to yourself. Yeah. If you want to work at anything and be good at it, you must practice, and you must spend an hour minimum a day towards your goal.
Dedicate that.
Don't think about passion itakuwa. Kila kitu unaweza kuwa na lako, unaweza kuwa na do, unaweza kuwa na studio. But dedicate your time in a day to say, this is me. I want to be a musician. I'm going to either play 1 hour my guitar or I'm going to spend 1 hour trying to write a song. And every day live that hour. You know, that's what you owe yourself. Another thing you have to do is you really have to be focused. Yeah? Focus ni aje, focus ni don't get into the music for the wrong reasons. Usifikirie, what happened? Sorry. Don't think ati Nonini ametoboa, Nazizi ametoboa, wako na chapa. Mi pia naweza kutoboa. It's a long journey. Get in for the right reason. Don't get in for money. Because, you know, this industry, utaget money to come if everything is okay. Money to come. You have to be focused in the sense that I'm doing music, I want to be heard. It's your message that counts. So what are you bringing to the table? 1 million youths are going to listen to you. Don't come with you can sing about anything, yeah? But don't come with the agenda of money. I think a lot of new coming artists, money, fame,
wanaona vitu za haraka.
Wanaona hii maisha inaweza bamba.
They need to practice delayed gratification. Ngojea. Itakam.
And then I think that's the main thing is dedicate your days, dedicate your time towards your goal, towards your... It can be music, it can be basketball, it can be soccer. I used to play sports before I was a musician. I wanted to be in WNBA.
Wow.
Every day na mkangware 5 jogging.
Kwa unaweza shoot hoops.
I was captain of the team in my school.
For real?
Yeah.
As in,
bad.
Let me ask, if I set up unajama DJ how many challenge? I think I'm the only artist who plays b-ball. DJs are practicing this week.
Okay.
Now many challenge. If I can put up a team of artists, it can be